ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Wednesday. 7 persons will be the new inductees into the National Sports Hall of Fame as November has been designated Sports Heritage Month. Elaine Thompson, Fletcher Lewis, Godfrey Enos, Leo Roll, Mike Sands, Rula Varity, and Lady Edith Turnquest deceased. The ceremony will take place Friday at the Government House starting at 6:30 p.m. The Bahamas has a rich history in the sport of tennis. Tonight, our Charles Fisher speaks with one of the country's all-time greats.
He has given more than half his life to tennis, more than 60 years if you count it. Leo Roll, the pioneer for Bahamians playing tennis nowadays.
I started as a ball boy at the Gym Tennis Club. At that time, it was located on Wolf Road and Mackey Street, just opposite JVR, the Esso gas station.
There is only one thing that matters in his life besides his family.
Tennis is me. Regardless of what it is, tennis is going to be me. When I was a junior. And it's still the same. I will never divorce tennis.
What keeps you going?
The love of tennis. It keeps me young, puts a smile on my face, and it put a smile on my face from I was 9 years old.
He's presently employed at the Ocean Club, a place he has called home for half a century.
Teaching tennis, running tennis here, and watching the youngsters grow. And every now and again I have one of the juniors come over and say, come, let me test you. I'm 69, come February I'll be 70. I was on the court this morning from 8 until 11, so I'm still playing every day.
As for his accomplishments,
I won the Nationals when I was 18, Men's National Open, being gentleman by the name of George Carey. I don't know if you knew him. And at that time I thought it was impossible to beat this man because he was so good. In 1966 I beat him, so that was one. And then another thing too is we had a tournament that was called the Brandon Cup. That was a competition between all the family, all the islands in the Caribbean. And 1974, 75, somewhere around there, I became the #1 player in the Caribbean. I represented the Commonwealth Caribbean in Davis Cup after being #1 in the Caribbean. 1969, I got into the the qualifying for the US Open. First Bahamian to ever got that far. And I lost in the last round of the qualies. One more match and I would have been straight into the main draw.
Leo Roll, congratulations on being a trendsetter and your induction into the National Sports Hall of Fame. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thank you so much, Fisher. The Bahamas Olympic Committee elections are fast approaching. A number of familiar faces will look to be returned. Some have questioned the number of terms an individual should be able to serve. Secretary General Romel Fish Knowles gave this explanation.
Not wanting to relinquish office, like I've heard, is far from the truth. If we sit down and we agree, the membership agree, that the term limits that was imposed in the Constitution in 2013 and not 2008. We understand there's legal interpretation that suggests that if you were an executive in 2008, the 2 terms applied for you. We also have interpretation that it does not apply. Legal interpretation that it does not apply. If we can't sit down as sporting administrators and resolve these issues, then woe unto be all of us. I think, perhaps our children should come and run the BOA because we can't reach a conclusion. So it's troubling to me, right, for us. And all of us are friends, But, the elections are upon us. I understand the people are hyped and the nitpicking on, it just isn't good, and we ought to be mature enough and move on. Like I said, our side is prepared to listen to our faults, learn from them, and take corrective steps.
Virginia Tech hooky and freestyle sprint specialist Gershon Green gets ready for a major swim meet this weekend. The hooky freshman gets ready for the Purdue University 3-day invitational meet to close out the 2017 portion of the season. Now Green is very excited about the meet.
Next week, we leave here Tuesday, midday, and we leave to go to Purdue in Indiana, and we are going to compete at the Purdue Invitational for 3 days. The meet is going to hold a lot of fast teams: Florida, University of Florida, University of Indiana. Jared Fitzgerald will also be there as well. There's going to be a lot of fast swimmers there. And basically, I'm looking for best times, just going out there, competing my hardest, and putting me in a good spot to make the ACC conference team, which is the main goal in February. So this meet is all about just swimming fast and feeling good in the water.
Coach Randy Cunningham is doing his part to develop the skills of young basketball players here in the capital. In fact, the response has been so great that he wants to expand his program.
The couple of adults who are helping me now, most of them are referees. And we have a tournament going on at Donald Davis right now, and they over there helping with that tournament. So today, I'm short-handed today. But right now, we are outgrowing AF Adley right now. We're trying to get some funds in so we can rent the Kendall Isaacs gym and get there, because we need more courts, because as you can see, we have a lot of kids from different age groups and different talent levels here, and I need to put them on separate courts. And 2 courts is very difficult.
Sports play a number of roles for different people. For some, it's a lifestyle, while for others, it's just recreational. But what happens when the ability to participate is taken away? Well, tonight, Julian Gibson introduced us to a young man who has found a way to cope with his unforeseen circumstances.
He doesn't remember nothing at all from an accident in 2014. What Clarence do remember is that he has to make life better in the Bahamas, and despite being sidelined in a wheelchair, he is pressing on.
It's been good. I can't complain. God gave me breath every day, so every day I have breath, I give thanks to God and keep on pushing it. Keep on pushing and doing what I have to do.
Normally, for you would need help, but right now you're trying to help other people.
Yeah, that's what it actually is. I'm trying to help other people, but I do need some help with, I guess, getting in with therapy and all that stuff. Right now, I have some of my paperwork and all that with the hospital inside Cayman Islands, and they're reviewing all my MRIs and all that stuff to see what's the next procedure, if I have to do surgery or if I have to do therapy or whatever, how long it takes.
You believe and you determine you will walk?
I most definitely believe that I will walk again, and I will be back at 100%.
How has it been knowing you could walk, jump, and then all of that is taken away?
Well, when I first came out of the hospital, it was mentally challenging. It was really, really mentally challenging because I was inside the hospital for 6 months. I have no memory of being inside the hospital. My brain was swollen, and I had a lack of memory. So right now, me coming back to my senses and getting the sense that I'm not able to walk and run about and do all these physical activities is real challenging, but I still kind of keep a calm head and know that with God and my work and ethics and everything, I will be back up at 100% soon but surely.
Boy, 6 months unconscious, boy, you was knocking right at the good Lord door.
Yes, sir. But God, like everybody tell me, that God has a purpose for me here. So I'm trying to figure out what is my purpose, and I don't know if it's just helping out kids or helping out just any individual, speaking to them positively and showing them where God has brought me from, and I just really lost for words right now.
Clarence Butler, a true example of a young man determined to make it. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thank you so much, Julian, for such a touching story. We continue our tributes to Sir Arlington Butler, first president of the Bahamas Olympic Association, now known as the Bahamas Olympic Committee. Here's sports historian Alpheus Hawk-Phillison.
On Thursday evening, I told my wife that I have to call Ali. I was calling Ali to ensure that me and Mike could go to see Ali and not just talk on the phone. When I called his home, his wife said, Alpheus, he went in the hospital ICU yesterday. So I told her that, and she told me he had pneumonia. I told her that I had bronchial pneumonia. You don't want to have pneumonia. And within 3 hours, Ali was dead.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.